I think overall our season, we can view it as successful enough to a point. I mean, we had a chance to be in that final series, or at least have the second playing game against Cairns. But the fact that we fall short when we have such a strong double-digit lead in that last quarter, it really hurts. It brings back memories of the semi-finals against Melbourne United in Sydney. Our first time we've really been able to have a home game for a finals attempt. It was tough to lose that one, but you look back at the season and you think, so much adversity, huge pieces to the puzzle out, a lot of different mixes, a lot of different inclusions, and people being, out of rotations and other guys stepping up. And, there were games where you've got two rookies that have never played real minutes starting the games against, NBA quality lineups. Like it's a testament to not just how they work, but how everyone has prepared here. Take a lot of pride and a lot of satisfaction from some of the games we did win. Yeah, you really reflect on those moments where the team really was in the trenches together and we really fought for each other and got those wins. I mean, anytime you reflect on yourself, like I've been pretty harsh on myself the last, whatever it's been now, it feels like 6 months already. So I've already got back in the gym and started training because I've just got so much pent up kind of energy. And I really did expect us to have a deep push into this thing, and I think, reflecting on it myself, like it's great to be nominated for an MVP finalist. It's great to hit a couple thousand points. It's great to, play 300 games. It's great to do all these things, but the feeling of great doesn't last very long. I've always had that feeling of it's great to tick off small achievements along the way, small goals along the way, but for me, those goals are team performance based. Are we winning games? Are we, getting to play in finals? Are we making the finals? Are we doing everything we can for the community? That's where I really hang my hat on. And everything else is a great feeling. Looking up against that Sydney game, double OT, and you hit the 4,000 mark at, 7 points, whatever it was. They said, like I was like, sick. All right, I got to guard Cooks. I got to guard Walton Jr. He's absolutely killing us. He's got 800 points. That's where my mind goes to. It doesn't think about the achievements. So I'm happy enough, but at the same time, I'm never going to be satisfied. I go away, I work on myself, I work on my game, I work on my body, and then we come back and bring that into the team environment and see where we can go next year. I think some of the key takeaways from this season is that the difference between our best and our worst is quite a distance. And we've been able to identify areas of excellence and areas of focus that's needed to close that gap. And when you have the ability to identify, you have some answers to help close, it creates for an environment of success and growth in all the right areas of performance. So I think that's one thing I take away. 15-13 is a great result for us. It's a winning record. It's one of our, I think maybe our most winningest season, but it's like the difference between our best and our worst is still rather high. Favorite moment of the season would definitely be the Sydney double overtime game. I think just knowing, and it's not because I'm playing well in that game. I think it's because Gary was out early, Alan got fouled out, and then I think Rowdy was out. Like we had so many big pieces out. It was such a big game. We went obviously out, into Traralgon and got to play in such an amazing community and around some amazing fans. But the eruption, the roar, how they rode every shot, it was big shot, and it just kept going. It was a game of table tennis. So that was by far the best moment. To win that game, it was a really nice experience just to be around loved ones, to be around a community of country people celebrating a win like that with our backs so far against the wall. It was a big one. Heading over to Puerto Rico to play again with the Guaynabo Mets. All the games are actually streamed on YouTube. You can type in literally Guaynabo Mets. Played there last season, had an amazing experience there. So hopefully I'll be playing with Gary. Gary's in contract terms with them at the moment. His rights were traded to that actual team. So they now have his rights, and from what he's told me, we'll be playing together. So, it's about trying to rest a little bit, still play the game because I love it so much, but played in a little less stress-free environment, in a very fun environment. And I think Puerto Rico is going to be a great home for me for the next 3-4 months. My message to the fans is just, I know we don't always say it. I know you see us kind of go off the court sometimes pretty quickly. Sometimes it is we're getting rushed off. Other times it is we have a double header. Other times it is there are a lot of things that we have to do for our bodies, or we're playing through injuries and certain aspects of our lives are going on. But just want everyone to know how much we appreciate not just the time you put in, but it's the effort. It's driving to John Cain, it's parking your car, it's walking across, it's paying for that. It's getting your hot chips and drink for the kids. It's getting the basketball and the clapper and getting smacked in the back of the ear by that clapper probably the whole drive home. We appreciate it so much. And to all the volunteers, all the members, everyone who bought a single ticket and never came back again, to the people that come every week religiously and support us, we thank you. We hope you'll be back next year. I know it's not always the result we hope for, but we had an amazing year this year. I think there's a lot to build on. We'll make certain changes along the way and we'll come back bigger and stronger. And we'll see you all there and hopefully for a few more wins on the board and a little further into the season.